Hi guys, NDFJ, and yeah, sorry I've been sort of dead for a while. I've had some stuff going on. I say that like every video, but yeah. So basically, I have a pretty much a new computer. I bought a new motherboard, new processor, new RAM. So I'm running a Core i5 and 10 gig of RAM at the moment. So that's what's new with my computer. I was waiting until I got all these parts before I recorded a new video so that I could get the best possible frame rates and the best possible experience while I'm doing this. So, in today's episode, because last week we didn't really get through anything, I just fixed a couple of errors and what have you. So in today's episode, I'm going to be creating a config file. Now, if you don't know what a config file is, it's basically a file stored on the computer that holds all the information, and then the program itself reads that file and uses that file to sort of generate colours and text and whatever. So for the purpose of this one, I'm going to start off simple. I'm going to set these colours here and that to run from the config file, as well as the background colour. So I'm going to pull up my thing. There we go. So first off, we'll want to figure out where we want the config file to be. So I'm just going to come back to my lower prompt here. Oh, nope, I don't want to go to lower prompt. I want to terminate this program. That's what I want to do. Clear that. So I'm going to go into my DS data folder. And in here, I'm going to create a file called edit.conf. So the .conf will be a hidden file that you won't just be able to find when you're going through the computer. That's what the dot means. It means it's a hidden file. So in here, I want to go for, if I can spell, title bar color, and I'm going to go with colors dot light blue for now. Title bar text color, colors dot white. So as you can see what I'm doing here, background color, colors dot white, just stuff like that all the way through until I've got everything that I want. And just to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to go with allow begin menu. I'm going to set this to false. Right, so save that, exit that. And so now, if I come back into this one, as you can see, I can close that. That's my testing computer. So is that. So if we come into here and go into DS data, we have this .conf file that just holds sort of information. But where it says colors that light blue and colors like that, I just want to change that to, this is just going to be 1. So is this, because those are the colors I'm using. And over here, when I find it, TB draw, it's 8 that I want for the up here. Just because I prefer to use numerical values rather than text. It's a personal preference of mine, unless I'm doing black, because black's got a stupid number that I can never remember. So now we have those. I can't remember what these are. Mtext. I'm going to have to set these as well. So up here, begin menu text color and begin menu background color. And the text color is 1, the background color is 128. So 128, 1. Okay, now we can save the conf file. So rather than having these, I might as well put the OS version in there as well. So OS version alpha 1.0, because that's what I'm using. And while I'm here, background image and none. Just set that as none. So while I'm here, I can start changing these values here, because we won't need all these anymore. I'm just going to move that to the top there. So I've got my APIs, got all that. So I'm just going to break off down here, and I'm going to do a what I'm looking for. Local BG equals local BG equals string dot sub, because now we're going to get a sub from a string. I'm going to use kernel dot get line to get the specific line from the config file, and for that we're going to go enter a string slash ds underscore data slash dot conf, because that's the file we want. And then after that we want to put the line. So for the background, the line was background image 5, and then after that, I think that's how I do it. No, it's here. That's where the 5 goes. In the get line one, I went too far ahead there. And then it's string dot find, because we need to find the actual value that we want. And again, kernel dot get line and slash ds underscore data, and I did that wrong. Slash ds underscore data, and then dot conf again. Then 5 again, because that's the line that my background value is set to. And then we come out of here, we put a comma, and then the string that we want to find. So for me it's just that. No, it's not. What have I done wrong? I've done something incorrectly. No, I haven't. We're good. Sorry about that. So yeah, back to this, because that's the string that we want to find, and then we want to add a value to offset it slightly. So we do a +1 to get rid of that space that we put in there. Okay, now after we've done that, we're going to need to set functions for each of these for setting the actual backgrounds, but we don't need it just yet because we're not actually using a background. So next part, we want the mText, which I set the menu text to 6 and 7. So we can just copy this and paste it there and paste it there, and then we just change this to 6, this to 7, same over here, 6, 7, and if we save that, right, I'm just gonna give you a quick run through. What this is doing is it's subbing the string, so it's going to look in this file here on this line using the getLine function from the kernel API, well, the flib API that I put into my kernel. So it's going to get this file, and then it's going to get to this line, and now it needs a numerical value of where in the actual string from that line to cut it. So it goes to a specific point, and then only returns the text value after a specific point. So to get that point, I'm doing string.find, the exact same line, the exact same yeah, the exact same line, so it's got the exact same text, and I'm looking for that icon, well, that character. So as you can see, I put that character in all of these, so it'll look for that character, and if I just left it like that, it'd return all of this, including the space. So we're adding a +1 to get rid of that space, and it'll only return the text that you want. So for me, that's perfect. And another thing I need to do is I need to 2-number this. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. So 2-number, because it returns a string value. Okay, so if we test this out now, come back to Minecraft, reboot, hopefully there's no errors. Okay, startup 7 attempt to call string. Now I need to figure out what's going on there. If I take that off, maybe. I know sometimes there's slight little problems, so I'm just going to try and figure out what's going on here, because this should be working. Wrong one, that one. String.sub, kernel.getLine, file, line, string.find, kernel.getLine, file, line, the string, and then the offset. So that's all right. So I think it might be a case of this: cp ds underscore data slash dot conf to ds underscore data slash conf. Just going to try it like that for now. So take the dot off. Sometimes I don't find hidden files, sometimes I do, so let's try that. No. Alright guys, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to try to figure out what's going on here. Alright guys, right, I'm back. I figured out what it was. I forgot to put these commas over here to separate the string and the string that we're finding. So throw those in, and it works pretty well now. So next one I want to add in, well, let me show you it working actually. So if we just reboot the computer and click there, this is what we've just been putting back into there using the config file. So that color and the text color. And I'll show you what I mean if we pull Sublime Text back up and come into here. If I was to say, I don't know, change this to just 8. And it won't let me because the file is currently open. So if I shut down, and now if I save this, so it's currently set to 8 now. If I start the computer back up, click that, it's now that colour, which is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. So the next thing I want to do is, actually, this might not work well for me. It might error every time I try and change it. I'm just going to try something right quick. So I'm going to come into, I'm just going to quit that, clear, edit startup right quick, and I'm going to change this to a command of ds underscore data dot conf. Nope. What have I done now? That's what I did. Just put that in there. It's easy to edit in Sublime Text. So, I'm just going to try this out, see if this actually lets me do it. So it's there. Set this back to 128. That won't do anything just yet, but if I reboot, yes. So I can still edit it, it's all good. So now, we've threw those in. I'm going to add this into the file now. But while I'm here, I am literally just going to create a conf variable. So local config equals data slash dot conf. And as you can see, I'm using the hidden file again just to make things a little bit easier. And on all of these I'm just going to use config. Just makes my life that tiny little bit easier. And over here I'm going to remove config edit from first menu entry, remove crash from last menu entry, just so that I know I have to come back and take these out of here. Okay, so these all say config. Next thing I want to do is I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it there, and we want line 1. Oh yeah, and another subtle change I made was instead of using 1 as the offset, I'm using 2. Because for some reason just using 1 still had a space in it. So I'm using 2 instead, which completely removes that space and works exactly how I wanted it to. So we have the OS version, which is line 1, correct. Everything's perfect there. Yeah, so if we reboot this now, we should have no issues. None at all. And just to test it one last time, just set that to 1.90 and then reboot. Yeah, so that all works perfectly. Now you might be asking me, why am I doing it like this? Why all this effort just to create a config file? And the reason behind it is, later on, as you can see, we've got this settings button here. I'm going to create in a control panel which will let you, within the actual program itself, change all the styles and all that awesome stuff. And before we end the episode, I'm going to do one last thing, and yeah, so I'm going to come back into this and where are we at? Title bar, draw menu, get file. So I'm going to have to draw one last thing. We're using clear for there, so we want to local function draw screen, and we want bcall function underscore function, and we want image. We want to end that. So on here for draw screen, no, forget that. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put this down here, and what I'm going to do is draw screen, bcall and bimage. I'm going to go with clear, bcol. I don't know why I'm doing it like that. Oh well. paintutils dot draw image, paintutils dot load image, and this is going to be bimage 1 1. I believe. Yeah. I'm sort of making this up as I go along right now. I'm forgetting most of the things that I'm trying to do. So after it's done that, I want to tb underscore draw, and that'll do. Draw menu, click, blah blah blah. So on here, I'm just going to go with draw screen instead of the clear. And again over here, put that there. Okay. So I'm going to go if b image is equal to none, then b image equals and end. So basically, if this is equal to none, as we've set in here at the moment, then we're going to set it to nothing, pretty much, so that it won't actually load a file. And that should help us out when it comes to drawing the screen. No. Expected path. So what we're going to need to do is paint ds underscore data Do we have a documents folder? I've forgotten. Let's see. Do we have documents? dsdataconf, cccadsconf. No, we don't. So we're going to create a documents folder right now. So print or paint documents images bg dot npg. I'm just going to use npg files for my images. So bg.npg. I'm just going to save that. And then I'm going to come into here, blah blah blah. So if it's none, then it equals bg.npg. Images bg.npg. Else it equals images dot dot. Concatenate those and we'll be good to go. So I need to create a images variable up at the top. So up here I'm just going to go with local images equals documents slash, was it images? Yeah, images. So that's my images root, and if all goes well, no, it won't attempt to concatenate string and nil. bg.npg. Oh, yeah, need to do that. Close off the string. Nope. Okay, it's string and nil. What's going on now? Oh, I didn't set the actual variables. Yay! So draw screen. Colors.black. And I'm going to have to do... Where are we at? Local background, no, local B image, no, fuck it, local background, excuse my language, don't know why I'm stringing that, we don't need to, so local background equals, let me find the background image, so 5, oh I've done that already, don't know what I'm doing here, so local BG. Just going to change that to background. Unless I'm probably using it somewhere. So I'm just going to save that as BG for now. And just BG. Local BG text equals, paste that, and the background text color, well, no, background color itself is 1. BG col. So we will change, it's line 6, no, line 4. Yeah, line 4. So line 4, line 4. Save that, and reboot this. Nope. Image expected, image XY. Try that one. It says it expects image XY. 57. Don't know what happened there. So it draws and then it breaks. That's why it breaks. BG underscore call. BG underscore call. And my background color should be a 2 number. So if we do this, and I'm probably going to leave it after I get this part of the code working. That shouldn't be happening. So those are fine. There'll be a click somewhere. Where was it? Function clear, blah blah blah. Menu click. Where's menu click? Ah, there we go. Draw screen needs to come all the way up there. And then I can take this like that and do that. Okay, awesome. So that should be the end of that. Awesome. And just to finish off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit, clear, edit documents / images / bg dot npg. Oh fuck. Don't know why I'm editing, I want to paint it. And I'm just going to draw, I don't know, I'm just going to draw an N, like my logo. Like so. That'll do. Okay, that's more centered. I don't know. That'll do for now. Okay, awesome. So that all works. Between episodes I'm going to go through and redesign that logo there and actually make it a lot better. But for now that'll do. So we've gone through, we've created a config file, we've accessed all the actual files in it. Well, not all the values, there's still a few that we need to access. And while I do my signing off, I'm going to reorder these. What was number 2? Title bar color. I'm not actually using that yet. Or am I? No, I'm not. Where is it? I might as well just put that into there right now. Local underscore t-bar call. Local underscore t-bar text. And these are what? Color 2 and 3. 2, 3, 3, 2. One's there, so take you, drop you there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many lines are there? 8. Take you away. Throw you there. Local. Allow. Begin equals. And then, nope. Take this one. Control C, Control C. Paste that there. 8. 8. So, what have we got here? Yeah, so on click, menu click. Is equal to true, then end. Nope, I'll come through and I'll set that up properly at a later date. Anyway, I've been NDFJ. This has been me creating a config file. It took a lot longer than I expected and there was a lot of silence, so I apologise for that. If there's anything you don't understand, please leave it in the comments below and I'll definitely respond and clean up some things, because I know I went through a lot of things. I didn't really explain a lot. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I've been NDFJ. This was creating a config file. And I'll see you in the next episode. I hope this helps any of you guys that want to create config files. In the next episode will be... I'll probably end up doing the settings menu or creating a right-click context menu to pull up stuff. But yeah, I've been NDFJ. Hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye.